In today's video, we are going to look at great ways for you to manage and direct your perspectives. If you're asking yourself what the difference between a belief and perspective is, that's a really great question. Beliefs and perspectives are related concepts, but they have distinct meanings and functions. Let's explore the differences. Imagine beliefs as the building blocks of your mental structure. They're like the puzzle pieces that you collect over time to form a bigger picture. Beliefs are the ideas, opinions, or convictions you hold to be true about the world, yourself, and others. They're often shaped by your experiences, culture, upbringing, and personal reflections. You can think of beliefs as individual Lego bricks. Each brick represents a specific idea or notion that you believe in. These bricks can be small or large, and you use them to construct your understanding of reality. Some beliefs might be foundational, forming the base of your mental structure, while others stack on top, creating a complex and intricate tower of your worldview. Perspectives, on the other hand, are like the lenses through which you view the world. They're not individual pieces, but rather the way you interpret, understand, and make sense of the information around you. Perspectives are influenced by your beliefs, but they also encompass your attitudes, values, emotions, and context. To understand this more, visualize looking at a beautiful painting in an art gallery. The painting itself represents reality, and your perspective is like the particular lens you use to view it. Different lenses might interpret different meanings, even though the painting remains the same. In the same way, your perspective on a situation can shape how you perceive and interpret it, even though the underlying facts might not change. This means that beliefs are the individual ideas you hold to be true, while perspectives are the overarching ways you approach and interpret those beliefs in the context of your experiences and emotions. So let's play a little thought game. I'd like you to really engage with this experiment. Close your eyes for a moment to picture it. Let's imagine that you have joined a local yoga group in order to get fit and healthy. The bonus is that there's someone in your class that you've developed a major crush on. It's a beautiful studio, and the morning sun beams in through the windows, casting a golden light on the floorboards. There is beautiful music playing gently in the background. It's a really gorgeous environment to be in, and you feel really happy to be here. You're in the middle of maneuvering yourself into a particularly tricky pose called the one-handed tree. As you are bringing the sole of your left foot to rest against your right inner thigh, you let out a thunderous fart that you've been trying to keep the lid on for the last minute. It drowns out the sound of the serene music in the background. There's a snort of laughter behind you, and to your absolute mortification, the whole room, including your secret crush, starts to cackle and howl with laughter. There isn't a single one-handed tree in the room, and everyone has collapsed with mirth. As the laughter echoes through the yoga studio, your face turns a deep shade of crimson, and you're unsure whether to laugh along or vanish into thin air. In this moment, your beliefs and perspectives collide, forming a complex inner landscape. Beliefs, those Lego bricks of understanding, start to come into play. Maybe you hold a belief that appearances are crucial in forming relationships, and this embarrassing incident shatters that perception. You might have another belief centered around the importance of maintaining control over your body, and this unexpected bodily reaction challenges that notion. As the laughter continues, some beliefs might solidify, like the one that says people will judge you for embarrassing moments. Others might waver, like the belief that you have to be flawless to be liked. But what truly shapes your experience is your perspective, the lens through which you view this situation. If you view it through a self-deprecating lens, you might feel deeply embarrassed and humiliated, allowing this incident to become a defining moment in your interactions with your crush and the rest of the group. On the other hand, a more light-hearted and self-accepting perspective could help you see the humor in the situation. You might chuckle at your own mishap, realizing that everyone has their embarrassing moments, and this could even become a quirky icebreaker with your crush. Your emotions play a significant role too. If you let your embarrassment and shame take the front seat, your perspective might lean toward a negative interpretation of the event. However, If you manage to distance yourself from those initial feelings and embrace the absurdity of the situation, your perspective might shift toward a more positive, growth-oriented stance. Your values could come into play here as well. If personal growth and the ability to laugh at yourself are important to you, you might find a way to incorporate these values into your perspective. Context also matters. How you've handled embarrassing situations in the past, your overall self-esteem, and even the dynamics of the yoga group influence your perspective. If the group is generally supportive and welcoming, you might find it easier to shake off the incident. In the end, the incident itself remains unchanged, just like the painting in the art gallery. It's your beliefs and the lens of your perspective that mold how you interpret and react to the situation. This thought game is a reminder that our beliefs and perspectives are intertwined, shaping our understanding of reality and influencing our emotional responses. So, as you stand there amidst the laughter and your own internal dialogue, you have a choice to construct a tower of humiliation or a foundation of self-acceptance, all through the power of your beliefs and perspectives. One of the fascinating things about humans is our capacity to adapt, learn, and grow. Your perspectives can evolve over time through new experiences, learning, and introspection. As your perspectives change, your default reactions might also shift accordingly. For example, if you work on developing patience as a perspective, your default reactions to frustrating situations might become more composed and understanding. There are a couple of habits we can adopt to help us manage our perspectives. One approach is to put ourselves in other people's shoes. For example, let's imagine another scenario. Let's say you're at a small gathering at a friend's house and you're meeting some of their friends for the first time. There's a woman called Sarah at the party, and when you introduce yourself, she comes across as aloof and even a bit unfriendly. She doesn't make eye contact with you and doesn't seem interested in small talk, so you move on and talk to other people. Now let's hop into Sarah's shoes. Sarah has forced herself to come to the party, even though she suffers with chronic social anxiety. She's trying to do things outside of her comfort zone because she knows she needs to expose herself to social environments if she ever wants to step away from the self-inflicted isolation and loneliness she feels. It's very difficult for her to find the right words, and sometimes she finds friendly overtures aggressive or overwhelming. Does this knowledge change your perspective of her? Would you treat her any differently now that you can see her point of view? Another trick is to challenge your perspectives using the 5 whys approach. If you are faced with a limiting perspective, ask yourself why 5 times. Each time you answer, dig deeper into the root cause of your perspective. This can reveal underlying assumptions that you can challenge. Here's an example. Nathan frequently procrastinates when it comes to starting his creative projects. His perception of himself is that he lacks discipline and time management skills. Using the 5 whys to uncover deeper factors, Nathan asks himself, why do I procrastinate on creative projects? Because I often feel overwhelmed and unsure where to start. Why do I feel overwhelmed? Because I set high standards for myself and worry about not meeting them. Why do I set high standards for myself? Because my upbringing emphasized the importance of achievement and excellence. Why did my upbringing emphasize achievement? Because my parents valued education and success as a means of securing a better future. Why did my parents emphasize education and success? Because they had limited opportunities and wanted a brighter future for their children. A simple way to uncover your perspectives is to look at what triggers you. Keep a note of them and try these exercises out to challenge perspectives that limit you. Challenging your perspectives will expand your understanding and empathy, help greatly with problem solving and conflict resolution, and it will reduce bias. So now you have 2 more tools in your kit to help you refine your perspectives so that they aren't limiting ones, as you take another step towards learning how to play the game of life like an absolute pro. In the next video, we are going to look at how to set energy boundaries and why that's so important for you. In the meantime, I honestly hope you don't fart in front of your crush, but if you do, My wish for you is that your crush happens to have a thing for people that make them laugh, and you are a magnet for that person.